Crap with Beth and Matt. Cut the Crap is the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast. Screw the scale. Yeah, I said it. Hey there, welcome to another episode. In this episode, Beth and I talk about weight loss and our relationship with the scale and how so many people have it wrong. We also go on a mini rant about things that you should not be doing to start the new year. Spoiler alert, stop wasting your money. Let's get into the episode. Damn it, Beth. Why does this happen?
Look, I don't know, because I can't stop working.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm taking it pretty chill for the most part. I'm doing client calls today to get make sure everybody's squared away between the holidays, get ready for next year and everything like that. But no, I mean, I'm being very purposeful with my doing nothing and things like that. So lots more. I've been watching some movies and video games this week.
Good, yeah.
It's been fun. It's been nice.
That's good. I need to do. I'm going to do that tomorrow on because today I had a meeting with my assistant and then we're launching that free workout thing. So we're getting that ready and like doing the last minute. And then, like you said, I was catching up with my clients the past few days from Christmas.
So what is the free workout thing again? That's a free workout plan, or what is it that you're giving?
So I'm giving away you know how everyone always asks where do I start with strength training? Yep. I don't know what to do when I go to the gym. So I made a month program for you to, if you basically want to do it at home. So there's body weight. And then I made a month one and it's super beginner. We're talking super beginner to take to the gym. Yeah. So they have 30 days worth of strength training of a progressively overload program for free, just a place to start.
That's amazing. I love that. That's going to help so many people, especially.
I know.
Are you releasing that for the new year or?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And it's going to be kind of like a, how you have we have the calorie calculator. So I'm basically doing it so I can collect email addresses as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No.
So it'll be on my website as free workout guide, and then they'll click it and they'll put their email in and get that.
Yeah. So. Amazing. And I love your emails too. I subscribe to your emails.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I love them. So, and that I always see yours come through, and then it reminds me, I'm like, I need to send an email out to my mailing list because it's been I'm so inconsistent with it. So that's one thing next year, my goal is to do 2 to 3 a week. To my mailing list. But I just need to make it happen. So I set a goal for that.
It's a good way to plug the podcast, which I've been trying to do every week, put the new episode up and click there so they can send them right to that. So
yeah. And I love all the feedback we've been getting on the podcast, like the DMs and citing us in their stories and the comments on each other's posts. It's fucking amazing.
It's so incredible, really. It's mind blowing.
Yeah. I'm so excited for the next year of this podcast because we've only been doing this for 3 months now.
Oh my God. It seems it kind of seems like we're a year in. I mean, you know what I mean? But it's it's a baby.
It is. It's definitely a newborn still. So we're still molding it. And so, it's amazing. And as much as we talk, we talk every day. So that's probably why it feels like it's been a year, but for sure. But that's a good thing. That when something feels long like that, usually it's a bad thing. But in this instance, it's a good thing. We will learn a lot.
It feels it feels natural.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a burden or it's fun. And I love it.
Yeah. I always ask my buddy, my best friend Dalsky. I've talked about him a couple of times on here, but he always texts me whenever he sees that a new episode's up, he gets so excited, And I'm always asking him well, what'd you think? Because he'll be brutally honest with me, which is what I want, I'm like, and every week he's like, you guys are getting better, the show keeps getting better and everything. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
That's awesome. I have my friend Mandy. She, my best friend basically is been listening to it and the same thing. And she's been reposting it. And I'm like, oh, wow, you never listen to podcasts. She's like, I'm listening to it. I love that.
Cut the crap with Beth and Matt, even for people that don't like podcasts.
Yeah. You should invite your best friend to go hiking at Katahdin.
I can definitely do that. I'm sure he would love to do that.
I think my friend Mandy's going to come. I think it'll be good to have a group because we can get that big house. I'm thinking of renting a house that I did for the gym. I don't know if I told you that.
Yep.
If I can get it, it sleeps 20 and it's huge and it has a kitchen and it's just really nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'm actually going to see him in tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be driving to Pittsburgh to visit him for New Year's.
Oh, cool.
So he'll hear it from me before he hears it on this podcast. So
right. Okay, good. Yeah, right. You're hiking Katahdin, by the way, Dulcie. I've never met you, but I will.
Yep. That's awesome.
Oh, I love it.
So with you right now, how's your weight loss? Or really, I should say body recomposition or fat loss.
Yeah.
Rate, right? Because
so I lost 3 inches, right, in a month, which is actually really good. And basically my weight has, it's been all over the place. Honestly, I think it's pretty much maintained.
Yeah.
It's gone from like 136.8 to 138.6 for 4 weeks now.
Okay.
So, but I've lost 3 inches basically on my chest and my waist, and everything else stayed the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was looking at your update you did and your pictures. I could definitely see it in your waist. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty much, I mean, that's where I kind of wanted it to go. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, not that you chose where that happened, right?
Right.
But that's where everybody usually wants it to come from. And you just got, not lucky, but because you are, right. I mean, you don't have a lot of fat to pull from,
right.
as it is. So that's usually the last place people lose it, So
yeah. And since I only have 4 weeks left, and I'm like, okay, what can happen in like 4 weeks? Do I need to like cut my calories? I feel like because when I lost the inches was the first 2 weeks, and I haven't lost any inches in 2 weeks. So I did every 2-week measurements.
Yeah.
So total, I lost 3 inches from just the first 2 weeks, and then it's done nothing since then. So
now you're looking at what, like, if you need to change anything up, like in terms of.
Yeah, I'm like, do I need to add more cardio, or do I need to cut calories? Like, what do I need to do? Because last time I did a cut was in 2020. I was very, very, very active. I was teaching 2 morning classes on Zoom, and I had to do the classes. Normally I would not. I would be the coach, actually just demoing and then basically walking around making sure everyone's doing everything correctly. But since it was on Zoom, I had to do the classes so they can see me, because we weren't, in together. So I was doing 2 morning classes. I was running with my brother, and I was strength training 4 times a week. So it was just a lot different.
Yeah. Your activity levels were through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Nowadays, most of your activity is going to be coming in the form of your two daily walks and then the gym, right? Because other than that, we're plastered here.
Exactly. I'm definitely sitting a lot more than I used to.
Yeah. That actually really surprised me back when we chatted with Eric. Remember Eric Roberts Fitness? He said like he averages like 6,000 steps a day. I was like, holy shit, like that's surprising to me, but then that's very easy for him. Then like what he did was to just increase his overall steps for the day, and he was able to do it again. Yep. Okay. So
we'll see. I might stick with it for a little bit, but I'm not a bikini competitor. Like, I don't want to go to 1,200 calories. That's just ridiculous to me. Like, I'm already feeling a little bit hungry. It's not worth it to me. I'm not like taking photos in a bathing suit. I'm just taking like an average like gym photo. I'm going to have a tank top on, it's so.
Yeah, I gotcha. And that there's something to be said for that too, because it's fucking difficult to be in a calorie deficit for that long. And, not that that was a long time, but for any extended amount of time, really, which is why fat loss is so difficult too. It's hard to be consistent for that long.
Yeah. It's not like I have that much to lose, so I'm going to have to be more strict.
Right.
That's just the way it is. I'm a lower body weight.
Yeah. And that's why when we see, like bodybuilders or people sub, 12% body fat for men and 20% for female or something, the amount of sacrifice it takes to get that lean and stay that lean.
That's the thing.
Yeah. You can't enjoy your favorite foods as much. You can't. And it's not, for depending on how lean you get and how shredded you get, it's not healthy either. Just because you're shredded and lean doesn't mean you're healthy.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. I noticed that I will get really more PMS symptoms than if I was on maintenance.
Really?
So hormonally things start to change. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I had a few people, some sales calls, in the past, I'm sure you have too, that where they just want to lose like 10 pounds. And it's like, you have to ask, okay, so why do you want to lose 10 pounds? What is it that number? And, it comes down to, they really just want to get strong, and be healthy. When you get down to the nitty gritty of it, it's like, okay, what is that number really that I made up?
Yeah. What's the reasoning behind it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then you when you rephrase it and you get them to think differently, not that you're trying to dictate what they do, but when we reframe it that way, like, would you rather lose 10 pounds and not be as strong, or would you rather stay the same weight, or maybe even gain a little bit, but you're really strong and you're healthier, you're feeling better. Like, most people I would hope most people would agree that, maybe it's okay to stay that same weight.
Yeah. And what if you had your dream body at this weight right now? Would you think differently? Like,
yeah.
No, actually, I wouldn't. It's like, okay. So
because of that number on the scale, because of your relationship with gravity. That's all that is.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's actually really good way to start this episode then, because we were wanting to talk about, what the scale, right, in particular, and why it fucking sucks. Like, why using it to dictate anything for you, other than as a data point, sucks, and maybe some better alternatives, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you think are the? So what do you think? I think you'll know the answer, but what are the two things that people make mistakes before they start a weight loss journey, like in their data? What do you think they should do first? Like, besides like the scale? Besides
this, so what should they be doing other than focusing on the number on the scale, you mean?
Yeah, like for data purposes, like what other things could they you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do so they have something to track besides a number.
So body measurements for sure. I'm a big fan of taking body measurements. So I would recommend taking body measurements from, like, I like to do biceps. I like to do arms, and I'll do chest, waist, hips. I've done 2 fingers above and below the belly button in the past. So that's also an option for you. And then your thighs for sure.
Yeah. I love that. I'm glad you're answering that, because I had a few DMs asking us to talk about how we measure ourselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's, for me, that's the basics that I like to do. Some people will take it a step further, if they want to, they can. Shoulders, I think. Do you do shoulders, or?
I do shoulders, chest, the smallest part of your waist, your hips, and your thighs.
Okay. And then some people will do neck as well. I mean, you can do that, but I mean, definitely you can store fat there, which is, you'd want to lose that, but you're not going to see a crazy difference there, and it's going to be visible too. So.
Yeah, I think the most important is, like the waist, chest, hips, and thighs. Like, if you're going to do anything, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stick to those 4 basics.
And then some other things that we could look at too, for maybe data purposes. Maybe not necessarily data purposes, but just to start trends. So logging, like, our sleep. How much I would rate sleep in terms of quantity and quality, because if you're sleeping a lot but the quality is not up to par, then you're not going to recover like you need to. And so and looking at, like, our energy levels, so when we're out throughout the day, maybe we don't need as much coffee, things like that.
I'm excited for this Oura ring.
Yes, I'm not wearing mine right now. It's charging.
I got an Oura ring for my birthday or Christmas. I don't know. Everyone loves to, like, combine my gifts. Lucky me.
Then you get some cool shit like that. So
that's the thing. I always get big ass presents. I'll get like a camera or a fucking new phone, but computer. So this tracked I wore it for the first time last night.
Okay.
And this tracks your sleep, which is awesome. I've never tracked my sleep before, and I've always, wanted to know. Last night I only got 40 minutes of REM sleep.
Oh wow.
Out of 7 hours of sleep. Everything else was light sleep.
Okay. Which,
interesting.
Yeah, that it's really cool to have that type of data. And then from that too, then it also monitors your body temperature, right? And your stress levels too. It'll literally tell you, like, your your body temperature is elevated. Why not take it easy today or something, you know? And I actually posted about this on my Instagram story a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
After my last trip, I physically felt fine, but when I went to the gym, I was just really weak, and I failed a lift at a previous weight that I did the week before going to the gym, you know, so I knew something was off, you know, even though I felt fine. And I was looking at the data from the Aura ring, and it told me like, you're not recovered whatsoever, essentially. And it took me,
Oh, wow.
it actually took my body 4 days to be actually fully recovered. So I actually used that as an opportunity to just do a deload week then too. So,
nice.
but, and then of course I came back the next week and I started setting PRs on it without even like trying that hard. So,
that's cool. I'm excited for the data.
Yeah. The data is so cool about everything. That's with the scale too. It's just a data point, you know. You weigh yourself for 30 days, you've got 30 data points to look at. You can spot trends that are going up, that are going down, staying the same. Or if you're tracking it for multiple months or like a whole year, you know, maybe you see like 1 or 2 weeks of the month, you know, it goes up for some reason. For females or males, it could be different, whatever. But you spot those trends, and then you can start pinpointing, me like, oh, that's why the weight always goes up there, because I'm going out on Sunday night and eating and drinking like, you know, too much, and then the next day or something like that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Now, are you a big fan of before photos? I know I have all my clients take before photos because I think in combination with the measurements, it helps, because I really like to, when they're not seeing the number go the way they want, I like to have a few things to be like, okay, well, look at this. Your pictures look completely different, and your measurements.
Yeah. So. No, I agree with you. I'm a big fan of progress pictures, at least a starting picture. And what I always tell clients when they first start working with me, like, you don't need to share this with me, but at least take it with and share like for yourself, because I promise you a year from now, you're going to wish you had taken that picture, because you want to look and reflect about how far you've come. Because I've gotten that a lot, you know, from not even clients, just people in comments like, oh man, I wish I would have had starting material. I wish I would have had more pictures and videos of me when I was, you know, 50 pounds overweight. Now I only have a few shitty pictures, you know? So, and they're not even full body pictures or anything, just like me sitting down or something.
I mean, I wish I had like video or pictures from the beginning of my like lifting weight journey or like strength training journey, like the beginning to see like my progressive with my muscle building, but I don't really have many of those.
Yeah. So. I have quite a few of those, because I've always when I started hitting the gym, I did take regular pictures for that reason. Looking back at them, I was actually looking back at them. 2018, I Google did its automatic, like it compares then and now, and it just did one for me the other day. A picture of me in the gym in 2018, I had much bigger, it appeared like I had bigger muscles, biceps and shoulders and things like that. But I didn't actually. I was just leaner, so I was more defined. Now I'm bigger. I've got more body fat for sure, but my muscles are definitely bigger and stronger. But because I was so low body fat that it just gave that illusion that I was bigger, which is pretty one way of looking at it too.
Yep.
So yeah. So let's go back to the scale, because why is it a bad idea for us to focus on the scale and only the scale, and then also to be irrational about it too, right? Like, why is it not a good idea to just get so worked up over it?
I think people put way too much emotion in a number. They focus on that number so much that they lose sight of literally everything else. And I think learning the science behind why the scale fluctuates is super, super important. I think a lot of people just don't understand, because they've been taught that the scale should always go down. It never should go the fuck up when you're losing weight, because they do those restrictive diets where they starve. And so they're used
for 30 days.
Super fast. And when you're losing fat in a sustainable manner, it just doesn't work like that. When you're doing it the other way, you're losing a lot more than fat.
100%. You're losing muscle mass.
Right.
Even worse, you could lose bone density if you're really reckless.
Reckless.
Reckless, really, with reckless abandon.
You're living fucking reckless.
I mean, that's a good way of putting it, right?
Yeah.
Fucking 1,200 calorie diets and low calorie diets, severe restriction, it's fucking reckless, so fuck it.
You're cutting all the carbs, you're losing all the water. What people don't realize is with keto, you're literally dumping water. You're not losing fat.
Yeah. The first week of keto,
I'm sorry.
You always hear, oh, I lost 10 pounds on my first week of keto. Well, yeah, you lost probably 9 pounds in water weight, if probably more.
And now you're fucking dehydrated. So drink some water.
Your muscles are smaller now. Congratulations. You've depleted your glycogen storages.
Right.
Yeah. So glycogen, right, and water. So carb, how that connection, right? That's why I think carbs get so demonized too, because they make you gain weight, right? Because of that water. It's not like it's fat. And I think that's one thing that we fight against too, is trying to get people to understand the difference between, fat and weight.
Right.
But yes, carbs promote water retention. That's a good thing. Your body fucking needs water. Water weight is not the enemy. It's not the devil. And then that water gets converted, the carbs convert into glycogen and fill your muscles up and energy. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be able to work out harder, which can, help you build muscles, get stronger. And
yes. So that scale, depending on that number every single day. So, I'm also, I do like tracking weight, because I think you can look at an overall trend. And I think like people just look at the day to day, like literally the day to fucking day.
Right.
Or they'll only weigh themselves once a week, and then they weigh themselves on a day that their weight spikes and they get pissed. Yeah. And then they eat all the fucking food. So why do you think people, if they see the scale go up, they completely self-sabotage? And say fuck it. It's like they slash the other 3 tires because they think they got a flat.
Yeah, or lost $10, and so they spent all their money in their savings account, right?
Where does that come from?
I think part of it is this fucking all or nothing mindset and trying to be perfect, when both of those things are bullshit. They don't exist. Nobody's fucking perfect. Nothing is all or nothing, and I think that helps to perpetuate the self-sabotage that happens. Because then you're going to be hard on yourself. I did everything right, so why did the weight go up? So you're like, why is it even worth it? Nothing's working anyway. Just off of 1 or 2 data points going up. That's why I don't like to put an emphasis on the scale then. And that's one metric to use, but there's behavioral goals that we can set, and behavioral metrics that we can look at to measure true progress. Did you go to the gym 4 days out of 7? That's something you can track. That's right. Your behaviors, your habits, everything. Those are all good things to track. Yeah.
Tracking your consistency is picking a few things to track, and I think is important too. So many people just don't track data.
And then in the gym too, like, it's a great way of tracking and looking at getting better. So you can get objectively stronger and better. You're either not, you either did or you didn't. But with your weights and everything, you can track that and see how it increases over time. Progressive overload. You could be adding in more. Maybe instead of doing 10 reps in the 10 to 12 reps that you had for that workout, maybe you're doing 11 and 12 reps every time now, and then you're going to be doing only 12, which is a good thing. That's progress. Or maybe your weight went up on the bench press 5 pounds over the course of 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Or you're decreasing your rest times and still being able to push the same amount of weight for the same amount of intensity. There's so many ways that we can measure that type of progress, and that's true progress.
Yeah.
Getting stronger in the gym is going to get you it's going to get you where you want to be, because you're building lean muscle mass. You're taking care of your body, and you're going to eat the right amount of food, because you're going to be fueling your body, hopefully, with enough protein and calories to allow you to build muscle and recover.
That toned look you guys all want?
Yeah.
That's from lifting fucking weights.
It's not from 1,200 calorie diets and
it's not
running every day.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You're gonna, you want that toned look, and the glutes and everything. Well, you're gonna have to start squatting. You're gonna have to start eating some protein. You're gonna have to eat enough food and sleep, 6 to 8 hours a night of quality sleep.
Yeah. And do that over and over and over again.
Over and over, like rinse, repeat. And it's gonna get boring too. That's the thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's boring, basic shit. We're not throwing any shiny objects at you guys, okay?
Boring is good.
This ding, 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 like B-shred or some shit.
Yep. So. Boring is good. It's not sexy, but that's what's going to get you sexy results.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say something and I completely forgot. I don't know. Oh, well, it'll come. Got
it. I just realized I forgot to turn off my notifications because my WhatsApp keeps beeping at me. But all right. So is there anything else then that we could be looking at for
I know what I wanted to say. Like when you start a strength training program, your weight will go up. And I think a lot of people get really upset about that too. Like, oh my God, I just started working out. Why is my weight up? It's because you're building muscle. You're retaining water. It's normal. So,
and your body's a little stressed, inflammation.
Stress. Yeah. Exactly.
So let's talk about some other ways then that, some other things that can impact the scale weight going up that have nothing to do with fat loss, or fat gain. So some other things. So we already mentioned carbs, right? So maybe you typically eat 120 grams of carbs a day, just throwing a number out there. And then one day you eat 200 grams of carbs. And, so the next day, your weight will likely be up because you had more carbs, because like we said, carbs will fill your body with water, but it'll level out after a day or two, literally.
So, and you may have eaten that meal at 8 p.m. at night and weighed yourself at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Your body just hasn't fully digested the food yet.
Exactly.
You haven't taken a poop, so.
Exactly. Weigh yourself at the same time every day when you get up, after you go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Don't rate yourself randomly throughout the day. I've seen
one time only, guys.
What the fuck, man? Why would you weigh yourself at noon and then at 5 p.m. after you've had 3.5 meals and a jug of water? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Like my weight can literally go up to 10 pounds in one day because of eating and drinking. And
my God,
if I cared about the weight, first of all, I would be fucking pissed. And like, that would be some really bad, that would introduce some really, really disordered behavior.
Yes. Yeah. Don't do that.
Because unfortunately, we see that right? We see where people will weigh themselves at the end of the day, and then that will dictate what they do the next day, or if they can have a treat or something that night, when that doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And that's really, if that's disordered as fuck.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, you guys, but that is.
And if that is you, like, I would recommend talking with a coach, a dietitian, a therapist about that. That doesn't mean it's an eating disorder. It's just a bad behavior to have. You can correct it on your own too, but you just have to be aware of it at least.
Yeah. And that's a miserable headspace to be in. If you don't want to be there.
So then another way that the scale could go up is sodium, right? Maybe we had a meal or two, or maybe the entire day was just more sodium than normal, which that's nothing wrong with that. But again, you're going to be holding on to water weight. Sodium will bind water. So your scale weight will likely go up because of that. Again, it'll level off after a day or two.
Yeah. If I have a day with a good bowl of chips and salsa.
Yeah, for sure. But also too, higher carbs, higher sodium, you're going to have an amazing fucking workout in the gym too, because your body's going to have so much energy. Your muscles are going to be full of sodium, or not sodium, but water from the sodium and carb intake, So yeah, I've actually recently, not to get sidetracked, but I've recently started experimenting with taking some salt, drinking some salt water before my workouts.
Did Eric talk about that? Eric Roberts?
Did he talk about that? And I'm not sure. I don't know. But
I know I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard it before too. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe it was talking with him that was like, maybe I'm going to try it. And yeah, you get really nice pumps. You get really good.
Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I do it like 15 minutes before my workout. So
yeah. Little Himalayan pink sea salt.
Yep. That's exactly what I use. Yep. For no real reason other than I like it, but yeah.
Cool.
So
hormone changes will also raise that scale like 5 to 7 pounds. So yeah.
Which then, if you're tracking that consistently, every month you could look back and look at that spike, right?
Yep. So stay the course. Yeah. I think a lot of people also depend on the scale and think they need to cut their calories, which is another thing I see. Oh my God, okay, the scale is not going anywhere. I need to cut calories. No, you fucking don't. Right. Most likely you don't.
It's crazy how often we get that question in our comments,
Yes.
And I'm like, that's literally the last thing we want to do is cut calories. So like we want to do everything else. We want to try to control everything else and account for that before we even look at calories. We want to see first of all, how consistent are we being, right? Goes back to that magic word, consistency. I don't know. How consistent are we being? Are we sleeping enough? All these other stuff, control what you can control. So
that's right.
All right. So
we get water, sodium, hormone changes.
This goes back to working out, but maybe you
stress.
What was that?
Stress.
Oh, stress. Yeah, that's a good one. How did we not think of that one earlier? So why is that? Why can stress make the scale weight go up?
Well, it raises your cortisol, it retains water, it just, you lack sleep. When you lack sleep, you also will be higher in the scale. It's like a cluster of events.
Yeah, which could also...
It all comes down to water retention, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Water, fluid or solid retention,
Yeah. In a nutshell.
That's really it. That's why we want to look at all these other things that are important. I would dare to even say more important than the scale,
Yeah, for sure.
We could look at how your clothes are fitting, going back to some other ways, maybe your clothes are fitting. I like what Eric said on the episode we did with him, or that wasn't Eric, that was Kim. Sorry. Kim talked about the same pair of pants to try on every once in a while. So that was a really good one. I like that.
Yeah. And non-stretchy pants, I believe too.
Non-stretchy, damn it. Yeah. I wore jeans yesterday for the first time in quite a while.
It's weird to wear jeans.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I shouldn't say in quite a while. I've been going out more recently. I've been trying to be more sociable. So I guess I shouldn't wear sweatpants in public. So although I've got some really nice joggers that like $100 pair of joggers. I'm like, these are more expensive than my jeans.
Oh dang, yeah. The old joggers. They're comfortable though.
All right. I'm trying to do a quick, anything else that we missed? I'm sure there is.
So taking before photos, taking measurements, tracking your consistency, and even maybe, like I said, tracking your weight daily and looking at the overall trend over time. You can track your weight in an app called Happy Scale, which will actually show you your trends. I really like that app. And you can see future trends based on the ones you have right now. And it shows you the switch. Yeah.
That's
so
pretty cool.
Even tracking it even in MyFitnessPal will give you want to look at the little scale or the graph, I should say.
Yeah. And the app that I have for my clients, when we, it maps everything out like that as well. Even with the body measurements and everything too, it maps it out.
Nice.
So, which is really cool because then all I have to do is take a screenshot of that and send it to my client and to talk them off the ledge a little bit. Be like, look, look at this, and then I draw a line through it, right? To map the angle. I'm like, look, it's going down. Here's the trend. We're great. You're doing great. So perspective.
Yeah. And this is not a fast process. We
No.
have to understand this. It's very slow to the point where you're going to think it's not fucking working. Even it fucks with me. So, it's like I lost 3 inches, but I'm like, oh my God, it's not. But, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Fucking slow. So be patient.
Yeah. Nothing good happens overnight like that.
No. Think of it as like you're building a lifestyle that you can stick to. This is not something that you're doing just to do.
Right. It's not a 30-day challenge. That's why I've been shitting so much on 30-day challenges the last few days on social media, but I'm fucking tired of them. And we're seeing them so much right now with the New Year's, that's not teaching you fucking anything. It's teaching nothing positive is going to come of that.
Yeah, unless you're doing
it's a 30-day challenge to walk more or something,
Yeah, anything but seeing a number on the scale. Anything but a weight loss challenge. Don't do fucking weight loss challenges.
Yeah, I should be more specific. 30-day challenges can have their place, but like not weight loss challenges for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that.
Say no to those. I think everyone needs to say no to that shit this year. Like let's be done with this diet bullshit, like Noom and Optavia, and I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole. But since it is almost New Year's,
that's fine.
I think you guys just need to do something sustainable so you're not fucking spinning your wheels. Let's be done with it.
Yeah. I know
this is a lifestyle. You want to be healthy.
It is a lifestyle. Exactly. It's not going to be. We're not going to hit our goal in 3 months and be like, okay, fuck it, I'm done. I met my goal. And then that's what happens with diets. And then you go back to your old ways.
Right.
And on that note, like I saw you posted a video on TikTok, I think yesterday. It seemed like it went pretty viral for you. All the things you said you don't need and things like that, which we can jump into that. I actually did a version of my own before this podcast. So I'm curious to see like if it went viral or not when I get off of here. But
oh, nice. That's fun.
Yeah. So let's some things that we don't need going into the new year that we just fucking need to leave here in 2021.
Yeah, leave it. Juice cleanses, fucking cleanse.
Detox.
Okay? Stop.
We have liver and kidney and lungs and skin. Like our body is detoxing. And if it's not, go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Don't buy some shit juice from your favorite or not favorite Instagram influencer.
Shit juice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need fucking ketones.
Yeah.
Fuck ketones. Be done. Or the MLM fucking juice. I mean, the collagen bullshit. Like you're wasting your fucking money. Go get a gym membership for $100 fucking a month.
Yeah, sure. I'm at my gym membership's $25.
You can pay for 4 months of a gym membership.
Yeah, see,
if you go to Planet Fitness, actually, you could probably pay a year with $100.
Yeah, for sure.
Do that. If you're like, want to know where to start? Buy a fucking gym membership.
If anybody's asking for your money right now, and I want to be very clear here. Yes, I am a coach, and I'll probably bring on new clients, but I'm not going to be promoting anything. I'm not going to be like forcing products down anybody's throat. If somebody wants to work with me, I'm not going to tell them no. But so let me draw that line. But you don't need any products. You don't need to invest in supplements. Like stop focusing on that stuff first. There's very few supplements that are even beneficial. After all, we'll do a whole podcast on that probably at some point, but invest your money and your time into the gym. You'll be better off for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because time is an investment too. We only have so much of it. So use it wisely. Don't use it by buying these products and waiting for these products to transform your life, because it's not going to fucking happen.
You're going to keep waiting. You're going to keep spending money. And I've done it. I've spent thousands of dollars on fucking supplements. I mean, my husband was like, "What is wrong with you?" At one point, it's like, he's like, "Why do you need this?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, Beth, literally this morning I was on a client call and she made the comment. She's like, "Man, I wish I had all that money back that I spent on all that stuff my entire life." And I made the joke. I'm like, you could probably put your kids through college with it. And she's like, I could damn sure buy a car with it. It's insane. That's what, $10,000 to $20,000 right there that have been spent on fucking what? On scams, on MLMs, on fat burners that don't work, that don't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's left you spinning your wheels and trying to constantly diet, which is adversely affecting your health, your financial health, and your physical health, and your mental health. It's bad all around. All bad.
Stop. Yeah, what not to do in 2022. Noom, Octavia, you're a big, you always talk about Noom and all that shit.
Yeah. Somebody actually asked me on a comment today, what they're like, why do you like, you're talking so much shit about Noom all the time. Like, what if it works for somebody, why can't you just let it be? And I'm like, you're not going to say if it works for somebody, just let it be on my page. Right. You should know me better than that because they follow me. And I said, it's a glorified 1,200 calorie diet, disguised as the lifestyle change that promotes extremely disordered behavior around food and exercise. And it does. So with the red light system and earning your calories back from exercise, huge red flags.
Yeah.
Huge red flags. So there we have it. That's the final word.
That's our final word.
Final word on the scale, on New Year's resolutions and goals, for now at least.
For now.
All right. I think that's a good stopping point then. It's time for us to relax, I think, right?
Well, we're going to go chill out.
We're going to chill out. So
we're going to talk about our goals.
Yeah, actually, we are going to talk about our goals now, working together for next year. So I suggest you guys all start doing that too. Start working on your goals, map them out.
Yes.
Put actions behind your goals and you will succeed.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. And that is a wrap for this episode of Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt. Did we help you cut through the bullshit? We want to know. Send us a DM on Instagram and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear them. And if you did find this one helpful, why not share this episode with a friend? I know I personally love it when a friend shares their favorite podcast with me, along with a text saying, "Oh my God, you have got to check out this podcast. You'll love it." And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast